Hi, good evening, friends. Today we will see various international health agencies. So, based on the previous question paper, I selected some agencies and it's here. So, this you read and study. First one, WHO, that is World Health Organization, started at 1948. Second is UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. It started at 1946. And UNDP, United Nations Development Program, that is 1966. And FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization, started at 1945. And ILO, International Labour Organization, it came in 1919. And USAID, United States Agency for International Development, started at 1961. And SIDA, that is Feed It International Development Agency, started at 1979. Next is CARE, Cooperative for Assistance and Relief Everywhere, started at 1945. And International Red Cross Society, it started at 1919. And Colombo Plan, it started 1950. It's all important based on previous question. Next we'll see type of fever in various diseases. That is continuous fever. Continuous fever is usually seen in septicemia, urinary tract infection, lobar pneumonia. Continuous fever means the temperature is increases above 2 degrees Celsius from the normal. That is, the temperature is increased, that is throughout the day the temperature is above normal, that is 2 degrees Celsius from the normal, that is continuously increasing. That fever is usually seen in septicemia, urinary tract infection and lobar pneumonia. Then intermittent fever is usually seen in malaria, Kala-Azar and pyogenic infection. Intermittent fever means the temperature is elevated, then coming to normal, then elevated. That is intermittently the temperature is seen. That is seen in malaria, Kala-Azar and pyogenic infection. It is very important. Next is stepladder fever. Stepladder fever is a peculiar feature of typhoid fever. Stepladder fever means the temperature rises one day, then slowly falls. Then on the subsequent day morning it is increasing, then it will become peak, then subsequently it falls like this step ladder. That is usually seen in typhoid fever. Next is relapsing fever. Relapsing fever is usually seen in Borrelia species infection, that is Borrelia duttonii, Borrelia hazmi. It is usually seen in Borrelia species infection, that is relapsing fever, that is recurrent episode of fever. And next one is Pearl-Epstein fever. It is a rare condition seen in Hodgkin's lymphoma. That is temperature rises, is a cyclic fever that rises the temperature and falls. That is every 1 or 2 weeks it will be same. Some various diagnostic test we'll see. First one is Vidal test. This test is used for the diagnosis of enteric fever. So enteric fever is typhoid fever, that is Vidal test. Next is cold heme agglutination test. This is used for the diagnosis of primary atypical pneumonia caused by mycoplasma. That is heme agglutination test. And Paul Bennell test is used for the diagnosis of infectious mononucleosis. Is Paul Bennell test. Next is Wells-Felix test is used for the diagnosis of typhus fever. And Schick test, that is skin test, used for the diagnosis of diphtheria. Schick test, Wells test, typhus fever, and Schick test is diphtheria. And Dick test is used for, this test is to determine the need of immunization against scarlet fever. Scarlet fever is Dick test, that is skin test. And Mandos test, as we all know, Mandos test is used to find out tuberculosis, is a skin test. And Lepronin test is also a skin test used to find out leprosy. Lepronin test. And next is various test. This also a skin test used for the diagnosis of lymphogranuloma. And Brucellin test. This is also a skin test used for the diagnosis of brucellosis. It's all very important.